y'all, so today we're gonna be talking about the swim call in boot camp. Definitely an experience, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. So let's get into it. A little backstory. Can y'all see that water bottle? Yeah, I can see that. We're gonna ignore that water bottle down there. So a little bit of backstory. I cannot swim. I can swim. I can't tread water, but my doggy paddle is something fierce, okay? But don't put me in the ocean because I'm gonna drown. So I cannot swim. If y'all don't know, I'm 5'11". I'm tall, okay? Most pools are like 6 feet deep. I can stand on my tippy toes and I can go to the deep end. I didn't have to learn how to swim because I was tall. So my first time being in a pool that was, you know, deeper than 6 feet, a week before boot camp, this is when I decided, hey, maybe I should go try to swim a little bit. So like a week before boot camp, me and my friend, we went to the pool and I practiced, you know, jumping in the deep end, and she was supposed to save me. We were at a gym. We were at the YMCA actually. So there was a lifeguard there. So I do not recommend going to a pool and jumping in the deep end if you cannot swim, or if there's not somebody who is like a lifeguard, somebody who's trained to swim. Don't tell nobody I told you I jump in deep ends of pools. Don't do that. So yeah, so I jumped in and, you know, it was like instincts. I need to breathe. Let me get the kicking. And I came to the top. I did that maybe like 3 or 4 times. I was like, okay, this is cool. So before I got to boot camp, I like looked up what the requirements were. You have to swim down a full length, like Olympic sized pool. You have to do a prone float, and then you have to do, it's like this coverall float where you like smack air into the coveralls. You're supposed to float. Only thing I was really worried about was jumping off that diving board and swimming down the full length of the pool. So that's why I went to go practice jumping into, you know, a 12-foot pool. Fast forward. So in boot camp, we get there, it's swim day. So we walk over from our compartment to the pool. It was winter time when I went to boot camp. Cold as fuck. But once we get there to do like this like presentation, and then like, you know, go over some rules and safety and all that stuff, and then after that you go to the locker room to go change. So they told us pretty much to leave your glasses in the locker room if you can't see without them, because you don't want to jump in the pool and then your glasses come off and then you lose your glasses at the bottom. You probably also don't know, your girl wears contacts. I'm legally blind. Damn near. Let me not put that out there. I'm not legally blind, but I can't see. So I was like, well, this is gonna be a great experience. I'm gonna, you know, not be able to see or swim. So I get out there, I go sit in the bleachers with my compartment. We had on this uniform, the yellow top and the PT shorts, and underneath that I think we had, no, I just lied to y'all. The girls had to wear our black like one piece, and then we had on those PT shorts. I think the guys, I don't remember. Don't let me lie to y'all. I don't know if the guys didn't have shirts on. I feel like the guys had shirts on. I feel like they wasn't, you know, giving out shows in boot camp like that. I remember it's a long time ago. Anyways, so, you know, it's really stressful because like the men are the lifeguards, and they're all yelling at you. Everybody yelling, everybody hostile as fuck, okay? And so it's time to go. Oh no, they talk to you, they tell you like, when you get to the edge of the thing, we're gonna tell you to cross your arms, hold your nose, and then you're supposed to step off and jump. They said if you do not step off and jump, we will push you. As if I wasn't nervous enough, you have now told me you're gonna push me off this diving board. Exciting. So we're getting in these lines and we're walking up to the diving board, and it's like this slow pace going up there, and the whole time I'm stupid nervous. I'm like, wow, I'm really about to jump off this diving board, and it's high. It's not like a regular bloop. No, it's a jump. Tis a jump. I'm 5'11", and it was definitely way higher than me. I was scared. So we get up to the top, and somehow it worked out that I got to jump with a girl who I was really cool with at boot camp. So I was excited about that. There was somebody who I knew that was next to me. Not like she could help me or anything, but you know, it was like, you know, the small things, little comforts. So we get up there, they like edge. So I put my toes over the edge, and they like cross your arms. So I cross my arms, and they say jump. And I just jumped. I didn't hesitate because they was not gonna push me. I jumped off. And so I'm like in the water, like they have lifeguards down there with you too. And let the lifeguards go down with you and they come back up when you come up. So I jump off, I'm in the water like, wow, okay, I remember this part. So I swim up to the top. Went to boot camp, you could swim down the pool any way that you want to. So I swam on my back. So I got to the top, I flipped over on my back, and I'm going. I'm like, wow, okay. That part's over, so let me just swim down this pool. So swimming down this pool, and like it's just like a constant, people are jumping. So I'm on my back swimming slowly down this pool. So there's people, you know, for real swimmers swimming past me. So one person swims a little too close to me, and they like splash water into my face, and I'm like, you know, swimming. And there's like guys walking alongside the pool, and they have like these sticks to pull you out. And I see the guy, he's like holding the stick towards me, like grab a stick so I can pull you out. And if they pull you out, you fail. So I was like, so I just kept, and I swim all the way down the pool on my back. And I was like, I got out that thing, I said, yes, Kiara, you did it. This is about to be a breeze. Okay, we about to do this float for 5 minutes, do this coverall stuff, and you done. You didn't pass your swim test. So I walk over to the section for the prone float. When I get there, it's like this little, it's like this box that's like roped off. And so they tell you what they want you to do. You can't doggy paddle. So once you get over there, you can't doggy paddle. You have to float. And you're probably thinking like, how am I supposed to float for 5 minutes with my face in the water? You don't. You're supposed to come up for air and then go back down and float. Come up for air, go back down and float. That's how they want you to do the prone float. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's floating. It's gonna be fine. So I get in the water, I'm holding on to the edge, and they say, okay, you know, push off. So I push off, I turn, and you know, I start floating. And there's lots of non-swimmers like me in the water who are like freaking out, panicking. So they're like splashing and hitting you. And I'm like, so I come up and I try to do my doggy paddle. And you know, you want to, when you swim, you want to kind of stay like this when you doggy paddle. But I was starting to go like this. And once you do this, you're going to start sinking. So that's what I was doing. I was trying to doggy paddle. And then I came upright and I started swinging. And I was like, help, help, help. Help, help. So they put the stick in there, they pulled my butt out, and they was like, go sit down. Because I failed. That was day 1 of the swim test. Now, so once you don't pass the swim test, you have to keep going back until you pass it. The swimmers, what we were called, we had to walk over there by ourselves to the pool, swim test over. Once I walked from, you know, like the locker area into the pool area, my bad, and I could see the bleachers and everybody sitting on there. It was the biggest stereotype, y'all. Like, it was straight black people on that bench, like on them bleachers. It was, the majority of them was black people. There was like, you know, a couple sprinkles here and there, but the majority was black people. It was funny, but it was also sad at the same time, because it's like, I'm one of y'all. We are here together. Wakanda. In the swim class, you know, they take you, if you're like a really beginner swimmer, they're gonna put you in this little baby kiddie pool, which is like 5 feet, 4 feet deep. Like, it's so shallow. But if and that's, I think that's if you don't pass that initial jump. If you don't pass that initial jump, they're gonna put you in that small kiddie pool. But if you fail at the prone float, there was this pool in the back where you had to go and practice. I went multiple times to this class. They had to tell me to stop yelling help, because whenever I would start to like sink, I would yell help really loud and aggressive, and they had to pull me to the side and be like, we need you to stop yelling help because you're scaring the other recruits. Like, we're not gonna let you drown. Meanwhile, don't let them sound nice and sweet. Them people were still aggressive. They were still really mean. Meanwhile, I'm scared. I don't want to drown. Like, please, some sympathy. And then there was this other time when I went to boot camp. It was when they were still cutting hair, and I need them to cut these inches. So I put on a weave. Weaved it up, weavy wonder. So I had a weave in, right? Piece of my closure at the top, because you know, once you go to the pool enough, you know, it's gonna start messing up your weave. But they had like this rule, my RDCs, if you came with a weave, you're gonna leave with a weave. So I couldn't take it out, and I didn't want to because it wasn't gonna cut my hair. So anyway, I'm going to the pool, my closure comes loose. So I'm doing a prone float, whatever, they take me out the pool. Tell me why one of the divers went down, came up, he came up to me, he was like, here, this is yours. And this man gave me my closure. I'm sorry. How dare you embarrass me? I'm already sad because I failed again. And now you're gonna give me my closure. There's actually a lot of funny moments in boot camp, but in the moment it's like really stressful and it's really sad and overwhelming, so it's not funny. But you know, once the trauma's over and you can look back on it, it's hilarious. Okay, so when it came time for me to pass, so it had gotten to that point where it was like, okay, you need to pass or you're gonna get, I think it's called AS mode. And that's when they send you to a different division that's like back. You won't graduate with the division that you came in with. They're gonna send you back a couple weeks. So it was getting close to the point of, it was like either you're gonna pass or you're gonna get AS mode. And so I went to the pool, and normally the pool sessions, it was like a bunch of people who did it with like one diver. So this time I had went to the pool and there was like a bunch of people, but he took us individually into the water to do our swim test. And I really appreciate him because I just felt a lot more, and he was very nice. He wasn't like really aggressive like the rest of them. And he like took you out into the water. He's like okay, no, he took you out in the water, but he's in the water and you're holding on to the edge. He's like okay, you know, let go. So you let go, and I'm just like floating, and he's like casually talking to the other recruits, and like it was really calm. It wasn't like, it just felt really good. It was very different from all the other, you know, swim classes that I had. And also my big motivation besides getting AS mode, I was like, it's almost time to graduate. I'm ready to leave boot camp. My mama's coming. I need to see my mama. That was like the biggest thing. I was like, I want to see my mama, man. I miss my mama. I'm ready to get up out of here. I need to graduate on time. And so when I did that, I was so happy. He's like, okay, you done. So I like swam back to the edge, and I was so happy. So next it was for the coverall float. So we put these coveralls on. It's already wet. So you put the coveralls on, you go out into the water, and he's like, okay, smack the air into it. And then he says float. So you're like this, and you not really floating. You like low-key still sinking. And I don't think he makes you do it for a long time. I don't remember. But I'm like sinking. He's like, okay, you're good. And so like I'm upright again, so I'm sinking. So I'm like trying to, you know, get myself together. And he was like, you was just swimming, what are you doing? And then he just pushed me to the edge. He's just like, go ahead and get out. I was so happy, y'all. It was over. It was over. I think I was a swimmer, like 20 something times, like 23, 24 times. All right. Yeah, I was a swimmer like 23, 24 times. That's a lot of times to be walking back and forth to the pool in the winter in Chicago, baby. No. Make sure I didn't leave anything out for y'all. You like this notebook? It's one of my notebooks. On my website, kiraholman.co. I just have a couple of tips that I want to give, you know, somebody who's going to the actual swim course. Take swimming lessons. Take swimming lessons before you go. Even if you can't get like professional swimming lessons, like I said, go with the people who can swim. An adult, someone over the age of 18 who can swim, and go, have them go with you. Because I'm telling you, to learn in that environment is so stressful. It's so stressful. It's like you're already nervous because you like, I can't swim and I'm about to jump in this deep ass pool and these grown men are yelling at me. I suggest you take some swimming lessons, boo. Take some lessons. Go practice on your own. Practice the prone float. Do not underestimate the prone float. Because the prone float got a lot of people. Even people who were actually like good swimmers, it got them too. Because, you know, it's different, really. Like I said, they don't want you to swim. You can't doggy paddle the whole time. Like you have to, they make you float. Another tip that I have is, you know, during those moments of like when you're so scared and you freaking out, just remember why you're there. Remember why you joined the military. You know, remember, you know, this is going to help improve your life. This is a different stepping stone. This is helping you grow as a person too in this whole situation of you facing your fears and conquering them. You're going to feel really good after the fact. Because I felt so accomplished once I passed mine. So just while you're scared and while you're frightened, just focus on something that's like makes you happy, what you're doing this for, who you're doing this for, you know, all those things. And finally, they're not going to let you drown. It's a whole bunch of qualified, I forgot what kind of swimmers they are. They're qualified. They can swim, okay? And they're in the water with you. There's a whole bunch of them there. They're watching you all the time. They're not gonna let you drown, okay? So let that be like a calming thing for you. That they're not gonna let you drown, okay? I'm not saying swim far away from them. Do not do that, because that's just dumb, okay? But stay where they tell you to be at, and they got you. So you don't need to be too scared. So that is my swim call boot camp experience. I went to boot camp in 2014, so I don't know how many of these boot camp stories I can tell y'all, because it's kind of a long time ago. For real, for real. I really hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope this answered some questions. I hope this gave somebody a laugh, because we can all laugh about it now. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed to my channel. A lot of y'all are just watching me and not subscribing. Help me, okay? Like, if you subscribe, you can keep watching me because my videos will pop up on your feed. Just saying, it's a win-win for the both of us. If you're not following me on my other social medias, please do so. They're right here on the screen. Right here on the screen. Hey, right here on the screen. Yeah, on the screen. Yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.